Good morning, students. Let's continue with the assignment of chapter number 8, comparing quantities. So now we have to start with the question number 6. Here it is. Find the interest on rupees 12,000 for 1 month at the rate of 10% per annum. Now what we have to find in this question? We have to find the interest. What is given to us? We have to find the interest on rupees 12,000. So what is 12,000 here? It is the principal. It is the principal. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. Per annum means per year. Per annum means per year. Now time. Time is given to us in months and rate of interest is given in as year, per year. So what we are going to do? We have been given time in months. We will convert this time into years, right? Because our rate of interest is given yearly. So therefore we will convert our time also in years. We know 12 months is equal to 1 year. So therefore 1 month is equal to 1 by 12 year. So what is 1 month? 1 month is 1 by 12 years. We can write 1 month as 1 by 12 years. Now for finding out the interest, we have the formula. Simple interest is P into R into T over 100. Principal is 12,000. Rate is 10. Time is 1 over 12. In denominator we already have 100 in the formula. So when we write time as 1 by 12, it will come in the denominator only. So 100 will get cancelled with this. 12 ones are 12 tens are. So what is the simple interest? Simple interest is rupees 100. What is the simple interest? It is rupees 100 for 1 month. Now let us discuss this question again. Find the interest on rupees 12,000 for 1 month at the rate of 10% per annum. Means if a person is depositing rupees 12,000 in a bank and he is getting 10% rate of interest per year, then after 1 month what will be the interest which he will be getting? So for as rate is given according to per annum, so what we have done, we have converted our time in years. After converting the time in years, we have applied the formula. Simple interest is equal to P into R into T over 100. Principal is 12,000, rate is 10, time is 1 by 12, and 100 in the denominator. And after doing the calculation, we get 100. Now this simple interest, that is rupees 100, this is the interest which a person is getting for 1 month, right? For 1 month. So this is question number 6. Next question, question number 7. Out of 600 students of a school, 126 go for a picnic. Find percentage of students that do not go for picnic. Now what is given to us? We have been given that total students in a school is 600, right? 126 out of them go for a picnic. Number of students who go for picnic is 126. Now what we have to find? We have to find the percentage of students that do not go for picnic. 126 are the number of students who go for the picnic. We have to find the percentage of students that do not go for picnic. For that, first of all, we will be finding the number of students who do not go for picnic. First of all, we will be finding how many number of students are there who does not go for picnic. So 600 minus 126, it is 474. How many students does not go for picnic? 474. Now we have to find what is the percentage. So therefore, percentage of students who do not go for picnic, percentage of students who do not go for picnic is the number of students, those who don't go for picnic, divided by the total. Total is 600, multiply by 100. So 474 by 6, that is a 42. 79%. So how many percent of the students don't go for picnic? 79%. Let us revise this question again. Out of 600 students of a school, 126 go for a picnic. We have to find the percentage of students who do not go for picnic, right? So for that, first of all, we have to find that how many students are there, how many number of students are there who do not go for picnic. So what we will be doing? We will be subtracting the students, those who go for picnic, from the total students. That comes out to be 474. These are the number of students, those who don't go for the picnic. Now we have to find the percentage. So percentage of students who do not go for picnic is 474. That is the number of students who do not go for picnic, divided by the total students, 600, multiply by 100. It comes out to be 79%. Now students, see the next question. Question number 8. Find value of x if 32% of x is 400 kg. What is given to us? That 32% of x is 400 kg. We have to find the total when the 32% of the total x is any total quantity, right? 32% of the total quantity is 400 kg. So 32 over 100 into x is 400. X is equal to 400. 100 will go in the numerator. 32 will come in the denominator. So 400. 4 8s are 32. Then it is 0. 2 4s are 225. 2 2s are 250. So x is 50 into 25. So it is x is 1250 kg. We have to find the value of x. When 32% of x is 400 kg, it means the total quantity is in kilograms. So the total value of x is 12,050 kilograms, whose 32% is 400 kg. Now come to the next question. Question number 9. It is 800 kilograms of mortar consist of 55% sand and 33% cement, and rest is lime. What is the mass of lime in mortar? Now what is this mortar? It is the combination of, what is this mortar? It is the combination of cement, sand, lime, and water also we can say. So it is a combination of, here in this question, cement, sand and lime, and total quantity is 800 kg. What is the total quantity of mortar? That is 800 kg. Out of this, 55% is sand, 33% is cement, and the rest is lime. We have to find the mass of lime in mortar. Now students, see, if sand is 55%, cement is 33%. So it means total, this is 88%. And what is the percentage of lime then? 100 minus 88, 12% is the lime in 800 kg mortar. We have to find the mass of lime in mortar, means we have to find what is the 12% of this 800 kg. What is the 12% of this 800 kg? So, right, so I will again explain what is mortar. It is the mixture of cement, sand and lime. Sand is 55% in 800 kg. 800 kg is the total quantity of mortar given to us. In that, 55% is sand, 33% is cement, and the rest is lime. So we added this, it is 88%. 88% is cement and sand. So the lime is 100 minus 88, 12. We have to find the mass of lime in mortar. That's how we will be finding. 12% of the total 800 kg will be the mass of lime in the mortar. I hope the question is clear. Now in order to solve it, what we will write? We will write total quantity of mortar is 800 kg. Percentage of sand 55%. Percentage of cement 33%. So percentage of lime will be 100 minus, I will directly write down, इन दोनों को मिलाकर क्या हो गया? 88%. So the percentage of lime is 100 minus 88, 12%. Right? Now we have to find mass of lime. Mass of lime is what? 12% of 800. What will be the mass of lime? It will be the 12% of 800 kg. So 12 over 100 into 800. So 96 kg. What is the mass of lime in 800 kg of mortar? If it is 12% lime in it, that will be 96 kg. Right? So total quantity is given to us 800 kg. Percentage of sand is 55. Percentage of cement is 33. From here we found that the percentage of lime is 12, because they are saying the rest is lime. Now we have to find the mass of lime in mortar. That will be 12% of the total quantity. 12% of 800, that comes out to be 96 kg. Now question number 10th of the assignment, it is the cost of a flour was got increased by 12%. If the current cost is rupees 896, what was its original cost? Now there is a flour was, right, whose cost increased by 12%. Now the current cost is 896, means earlier the we have to find the original cost. Now what does it mean? It means earlier the cost of the flour was is X. We will suppose that the original cost is X. Now this 12% increase happened to what amount? To the original amount. Means 12% of X is increased, and then after the increase of this 12%, the total amount is 896. We have to find what was the original cost. पहले cost जो थी और जो cost increase हो गई, दोनों को मिलाकर अब cost कितनी है flower was की? 896. We have to find the original cost, right? So how to write this question? We will write, let original cost is rupees X. Let original cost is rupees X according to the question. See beta, X is the original cost and 12% is got increased. The 12% got increased on what amount? On the original amount, right? So and the total now is 896. So what will be our equation? X plus means the original amount, जितने का flower was पहले था, plus जितनी amount increase हो गई, कितनी increase हुई? 12% of X means जो ओरिजिनल अमाउंट थी, ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट थी, उस पे 12% की इंक्रीज, उस पे 12% इंक्रीज हुआ है. सो x प्लस 12% ऑफ x इज 896. सो वी विल सॉल्व इट. x प्लस 12 परसेंटेज वी विल रिमूव, डिनोमिनेटर में 100 इंटू x इज इक्वल टू 896. x प्लस 12 इंटू x इज 12x over 100 is equal to 896. Now we will take the LCM. 100 is the LCM. It will be 100x plus 12x is equal to 896. 896. I will be sending you the assignment in which there will be all the questions, right? So now we will do the calculation here. 100x plus 12x is 112x over 100 is equal to 896. So x is 896. This 100 will go in the numerator on the right hand side and 112 will come in the denominator. And beta, when you will solve, you will get the value of x as, let us solve, 4 to the 8, 4 to the 8, 4 8s are, then again 4 5s are 20. So the value of x is 800. It means what is the original cost? Original cost of the was rupees 800. Right? So let us discuss this question again. From the answer now it will get clear to you that earlier originally the cost of the flower was 800. Then 12% increase was there. 12% increase किस पे हुआ है? Original cost पे, मतलब 800 पे. तो ये कितना हो गया? 96 रुपीज़ बढ़ गए. 96 रुपीज़ बढ़ गए तो टोटल कॉस्ट कितनी हो गई इंक्रीज होने के बाद फ्लावर वॉश की? 896. हमने क्या निकालना है? ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट. सो फॉर सॉल्विंग, फॉर फाइंडिंग द ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट वी विल सपोज द ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट एज x. दिस इज द मेथड हाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड द ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट. ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट प्लस द इंक्रीज परसेंट ऑन दैट ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट, वी विल एड इट अप and the total now becomes 896. X plus 12 percentage symbol we have removed and we get 100 in the denominator, multiply by x is equal to 896. Then we took the LCM, we get 100x plus 12x over 100 is equal to 896. 112x over 100 is equal to 896, and after solving we get the original cost as rupees 800, right? So students, these are the 10 questions of the assignment of comparing quantities. As I have told you in the last tutorial also, that you have to do the even questions in the homework as a homework in your fair notebook, right? So you will be doing the even questions in your fair notebook and revise all the questions properly, and take care. Thank you.